Oh, it was back in '94, Knox County. I believe we played. We were at Brookfield, and as a matter of fact, and I just remember going in. They were a very good football team down there, as they usually are at Brookfield. But they had Mike Morris and some of the guys who were going, and Todd Niemeyer that ended up going on to Mizzou. These had tremendous kids up front, and I just remember what a challenge it was with Aaron Robinson. There was one of their running backs was a good running back, and we were primarily a sophomore-oriented team to going into that first game. So, we hung in there for a while, but might usually makes right. And I remember they were just a it was a different Brookfield team than I saw when I was in high school. I think as Bob Brinkley had taken over that program, it had just gotten better and better. And it was a good size school in the Tri-Rivers, and they were just had some tremendous kids that they had. And I just remember like the next game, the next home game I had was the thing about that. That was the first one that came to mind when you asked that, but I remember it wasn't exactly the first game, but the first home game I'd ever had. I remember Highland going no huddle, and we figured out their cadence. 36, 38. If it was brown yellow 36, we knew it was 37. So that meant the two colors meant opposite, and we did our best to be quiet, not let anyone know, and we sat on the plays and won the game. And it was little things like that. I don't know how I remember that though. I couldn't tell you what I did earlier this morning, but I don't know how I remember those first couple games of my head coaching career. But it was a lot of fun and not much anxiety, because if it's something you love, it's not stressful. To me, it isn't.
Okay, let's talk about your football team. Probably have a decision to make this week. You made it, you don't know, whatever. At quarterback, who's going to start for you, quarterback?
I'm going to pick Ryan Dabney at quarterback. He's my son. Right now, he's just, maybe just a little taller, maybe a little more on arm strength, and just different things, That's just kind of where I think we're at right now. And our other young man is quarterbacking, and Quinn Doak's doing a great job. It's just little obvious things. One's 6'3" to 6'4", and one's not. Quinn does a great job, though. I mean, he really does. But also Quinn maybe, does a really good job as a defensive back, too. So maybe we'll split our things going that nature. But that's just kind of where I'm looking at it. And with a little taller kid seen over the line when you're doing need to throw, and just things of that nature.
I think your line showed some signs of the old Milan line in the Jamboree.
Well, we've got some experience right now up front, and we've got some kids that understand the full gamut of the offense, whether it was on display or not. And, our kids just, it all starts up front there. Can't do much running or passing without those guys up front. Our backs know it. They appreciate them. The kids up front know that responsibility lays pretty heavy on you week in and week out, and I think they're ready for the challenge.
What's the strongest point of your team?
I'd say the kids up front right now, but I think we've got pretty good senior leadership, and there's not just one or two. I mean, there's vocal kids. We've got kids that are just ready to, got one senior running back, and Jaden Watts that returns. We've got other kids kind of go more by action. He's pretty vocal. Derek Sylvester, he's been starting all 4 years now at center for us. And the list goes on. We've got John Coronado, who's been just a stalwart with Jared Long, Jericho Morris, and we're just kind of up and coming. Other tackles that we've got from James Moon to Brady Reynolds, Austin Brummett. We've got some options, and kids are trained at tackle and guard both.
So we got a lot of options. Your running back can also catch the ball in the backfield, and that just gives you a lot of options.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a very, very quick and agile halfbacks. Really, around all of our the depth that we've got, but they've got a good leader. The younger kids have got a good kid to watch and follow, and helps them out so much in Jaden Watts.
Hit the road, first game. Mark Twain. What do you know about that?
I know they're a 11-1 football team that lost the district championship game to Valley Catholic last year. They're the EMO Eastern Missouri Conference champions. They return pretty much about everybody, other than their little slasher running back. They've got 3 kind of running backs by committee that are big, bruising, hard-running fullbacks type running backs, but they return pretty much all of their line, and they're very big up front.
Obviously, this will be a tough test for you, but it'll be a good test to really see where your team is.
Absolutely. I mean, I think they're big up front. They've got good backs. They're going to try to 3-yard you and wait, and just weigh on you till, as the game progresses. Kind of a page out of our playbook a little bit too. So you just got to be able to make them work and just see who's, especially these early games, see who's in better shape. But it's nice. I tell our kids they're state ranked going in. Heck, we're the underdog. All pressure's on them.
How important will it be for your team just to stay in the game early, to either take their shot or to give their shot to them? Early.
Well, it changes everything. No matter this week, any week you get behind the 8 ball, a couple scores, it changes things a little bit. But we're not ones to really abandon our game plan. We're going to stick with it. Evidence in the Putnam County game last year. What did we get down? 14-0, and we just didn't panic. I always tell our coaches it starts with us to just being calm and keep moving on and realizing it's a 48-minute game.